I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time from Andrew Chilton. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, whatever, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now this is for the Dukes of Hazzard, the beginning, which I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, this does exist. And I had never really seen this film all the way through. Now, I did not grow up with the Dukes of Hazzard TV show. I've seen bits and pieces and clips. I do rather like the 2005 movie, because I like Johnny Knoxville and Sean William Scott. I think they worked well together. I think that Burt Reynolds was fun, as well as Willie Nelson. I thought it had a good soundtrack. I mean, you had a bunch of cool AC/DC songs in there. And I thought it actually handled the action scenes rather well. The budget was utilized well, and some very solid car chase sequences, given the General Lee car justice on the big screen in terms of car chase badassery. And I thought it was a fun film. I don't think it was as bad as people made it out to be. This is, like, what people say about that film, this fits. This is shit. The two leads are shit. It's a prequel. I guess you say a prequel to the 2005 film, because you have Willie Nelson coming back as Uncle Jesse. But then you're like, well, Boss Hogg now is played by Christopher McDonald. Yes, Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore. And then Roscoe P. Coltrane is played by Harlan Williams. Yes, the guy from, if you remember Dumb and Dumber, the cop that stopped Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels, and took the swig of the piss bottle, so to speak. He's been in a lot of other stuff too. He was in Half-Baked. He was in this film called Rocket Man back in the day. Been a lot of other stuff. And granted, he's a bit more like Roscoe P. Coltrane at like the show compared to MC Daney in the 2005 film. On the flip side, I'm going, if this is a prequel to the movie, I don't see Harlan Williams growing up to be MC Daney for the 2005 film. So it's this weird, like, it's a prequel to that movie, but it's not, but it is. Whatever. And these two leads suck. They have no chemistry. They have no acting chops. They have no likability. I think Sean William Scott and Johnny Knoxville actually worked rather well together. I do think they have a bit of a star power quality to them. I do. If people disagree, that's fine, but I think they got a little bit of fun charisma. These guys don't. Bo Dude, he's chased by cops while doing a driving test. He gets tasered. Loot Dude is at a carnival. He sees a girl he lights these fireworks to impress the lady. That fucks up. So they both get sent to Hazzard County to live with their Uncle Jesse. Willie Nelson comes back. And fucking 5 minutes in the film, there's a fucking fart joke. Even the 2005 film did not resort in fart jokes or shit jokes or say lines like, I love the smell of pig shit in the morning. That's a fucking line of dialogue in this movie. A line of dialogue in this fucking movie is, I love the smell of pig shit in the morning. I'm sure you fucking do, movie. I'm sure you do. It says this was made for TV, but I don't know how that is, because there's a decent amount of nudity. Unless it was made for TV, and then for DVD, all the nudity was put back in. Because there's a bit where the Dukes are chased, and they're driving like a Doom Buddy type of thing through a lady's locker room with a lot of titties. You know, I love titties. I can watch porn for titties. If it's a good movie, then titties are a nice plus. If it's a bad movie, yeah, I can have titties, but I can watch porn for titties. And it wouldn't be fucking 2 hours or hour and 35, hour and 40 minutes, how the fuck this movie was. But 5 minutes in, there's a goddamn fart joke because this guy who's over 100 years old, who you can't understand what he's saying, so the joke is there's subtitles. Some old fart who did fart, who needs subtitles. And that's the joke. Fart's funny. So Harlan Williams is trying to do his Roscoe P. Coltrane, try to be the guy from the original show. So he's not trying to be the MC Daney version. But then you have Willie Nelson. So it's a prequel to the 2005 movie. But it's like this weird amalgamation they're trying to do. I don't know what the deal is. And it's trying to be... Like, I thought when you watch the 2005 Dukes of Hazzard, it's not as raunchy as people make it out to be. Okay, yes, there's a scene with nice titties, but... that felt more wholesome than this movie, weirdly enough, where, oh, she's gonna be turning heads. Well, what kind of heads is she turning? And maybe that's not the case. Maybe just the humor in this annoyed me. It wasn't fun. It wasn't chuckle-worthy. It wasn't endearing. It wasn't witty. It was two guys out of their lead in terms of acting, out of their lead in terms of what they were cast as. When they're sneaking out, one's telling about how he got the other to see breasts. Yeah, what do you see? I saw boobies. Classy boobies, big boobies, Thanksgiving parade of boobies. Yeah, you saw that. Did you thank me? Hey, how about thank you and fuck you, movie? Christopher McDonald I liked, but he doesn't work as Boss Hogg. Burt Reynolds was at least trying to have a little bit of the accent of Boss Hogg, and he had a twinkle in his eye having fun. I love you, Chris, but sometimes you just gotta say no to a movie role, man. And I thought he just embarrassed himself. I mean, the plot, he's foreclosing a lot of the moonshiners, and you come to find out his Boss Hogg wants the moonshining business to himself. A monopoly. So everybody will buy it only from him. So it's foreclosing the farm, getting Willie Nelson in jail. The Dukes have to get Willie Nelson out of jail. Stop Boss Hogg. Before that, you have this big hog on a fucking roof where the little, teenage Dukes are trying to stop it from sliding down. As they're trying to stop it, the fucking big hog farts on one of them. And then it falls down right onto a car. It's not dead, but then it waddles away. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching, man? I'm watching two characters try to manhandle a big fucking hog. A pig, that is. And farting. And these two guys they have no chemistry, no personality, no charisma, and no it factor. This is a shitty teen comedy trying to be in the vein of American Pie or whatever the fuck else. and doing a crappy job. This is like one of those shitty American Pie direct-to-video sequels like Bandcamp and Alma Mater, Delta Fight, whatever the fuck it was called. Those type of American Pie. I'm not talking about American Pie 2, 3, 4. I'm talking about Presents Bandcamp, Presents... Whatever the fuck they were called. Summer School, Summer Winter, whatever the fuck. That's what this film's trying to be, but it has a Dukes of Hazzard coating around it. It just doesn't work. Those two worlds don't work. I thought 2005, for being a modern take, and being a guy that doesn't know shit about Dukes of Hazzard, to be fair, that was still more entertaining. And at least you could watch good action scenes, good car chases, good music. This film is so low budget, you can't afford the good music. There's barely any... The general lead barely has any action scenes. There's the first time they take it out, they're just going in a circle. And then like the finale, which is a shitty car chase. So he doesn't even have many car chases in a fucking Dukes of Hazzard movie. Because he couldn't afford it. Joel David Moore, he's the guy who is the star of the first Hatchet, like the nerdy guy. I think he was in Avatar. He's been in other stuff. He's in this as Cooter, who's a lot more obnoxious and irritating and hyper. And that's when the Dukes, they drive a Doom Buddy through a lady's locker room. You see titties. And these two leads just fucking suck. This wannabe teen American Pie movie. So they get with Cooter, and they're searching for a car. They find a car that's in water. That becomes a general lead. They build it back up. They fix it to some shitty music. And the dialogue, I mean, you got Harlan Williams saying stuff like, I got some shine swollen weasels in the back of my car and they're starting to smell like ass. Yeah, this movie smells like ass too. Go wash yourself. Fucker. Or they're talking with Boss Hogg's wife, who I guess is also Roscoe P. Coltrane's sister, and she's a fucking horny MILF, who's like, I want to sit on Luke Duke's face. So she's baking turkey, but of course she's the double entendres. You know, that turkey, she don't enjoy being wet, but she enjoys her bottom being spanked. And the turkey baster is holding and shoots out like cum. I mean, what is this shit, man? What is this dog shit I'm watching? Dude, this is what people were saying about the 2005 film applies to this, not to the 2005 film. That's what I mean, like the 2005 film, even though it had titties, it still felt more wholesome than this. This is trying to be a shitty, wannabe American Pie movie. I'm surprised you didn't have a scene where one of them had their dick in the fucking gas tank of the General Lee and was humping it. I'm fucking surprised. And then his dick gets caught in the gas tank. And then a pig goes up and puts his snout up the guy's ass. I'm surprised that scene is in the movie. I am shocked. So Luke Duke seduces Boss Hogg's wife. Boss Hogg finds out. They run out. Luke Duke throws a shit bomb at Roscoe P. Coltrane's car. Yes, it is a shit bomb. I don't know where he got it, but it's a shit bomb. And it coats him. I thought it was mud, but when Boss Hogg comes by, he's like, ooh, that stinks. So, yeah, shit. Maybe it's pig shit. Then, because they're hiding, the two dudes cross-dress. Just, hey, look at these 10 boys, these dudes, they're cross-dressing. That's funny right there. You get it done. You get it done, that's funny right there. You know, these boys, they're cross-dressing, and they're throwing shit pies and shit bombs, and, you know, there's farts in it, and ooh, look at them farts, and look at that big old beard going on down, and you can go bones, you know, boy, yeah. Should have done the whole fucking review like that. Oh, and out there, they got this shitty car chase. And, I love to smell pig shit in the morning. And then they kidnapped Boss Hog, and Boss Hog wants a monopoly of the moonshine business. And they pretty much get Boss Hog in the back seat, and they're scaring the shit out of him. And they got the CB radio on. So Boss Hog tells the whole operation, and all the crowd hears it. And then they're pissed at Boss Hog. And then the family gets the farm back, and Willie Nelson gets put in jail, and things are fine and dandy. Willie Nelson's free, and bam. Them Dukes, old boy, the beginning of the end of my sanity. This is I can't say a goddamn thing worth a shit in this movie. Daisy, it's her going from a nerd, ready to go be a nun, and because she likes a guy, she says, I'm going to dress more sexy in the short shorts, which is kind of... You would think Daisy would do that on her own, not that she's in love with a guy to do it. So I think that's a bit fucked up. And then they try to play off like it was her own intuition, but no, like, they're blatantly saying it because she wants to impress this guy. That's why she dresses like that. Again, that's a bit fucked up for Daisy Dukes. I mean, even the 2005 film didn't say that was the reason she dressed that way, was to impress a guy. It says something when even Jessica Simpson played a better Daisy Dukes than the one in this. I did Christopher McDonald is miscast. Harlan Williams as Roscoe P. Coltrane, he's given a terrible script with terrible lines. They start smelling like ass. You got fart jokes. You got wacky big pig jokes. And it fell on the vehicle. Whoa, get her done. There's a reason why I like Ron White and not fucking Larry the Access guy. I do like Ron White because he seems smarter and funnier and wittier and more entertaining. Jeff Foxworthy. Sorry, I'm going off tangent. Just, god damn it, man. Like, you don't even have music worth a shit. Like I said, the Gerald Lee, you have a Dukes of Hazzard. You think you'd get quite a few car chases. You don't. I just get the beginning, the little bit of the beginning, and the little bit at the end. That's pretty much it. And they're direct to video, and there's nothing noteworthy to mention about them. So I don't know what else to say. It's bad acting, terrible characterizations, half-ass, unfunny teen sex jokes, farts, and titties that you can enjoy in a porn. And it would, if you had 2 leads worth of shit, it would help immensely. But because you have 2 leads that are just, I don't know where they got these guys. Did they find them in the bottom of a Cracker Jack barrel or a Cracker Jack box? Did they come with a proof of purchase of a cereal? Is that where these 2 leads came from? You buy 2, you get these 2 free? Did you pay them a salary? Did you get the money back? They don't deserve it. Because they were piss poor. Maybe the script, the director didn't do them any favors. But they didn't come off well at all in this. And hey, maybe they do in other movies. If they do, more power to them, that's good. Sadly, this film made you guys look like 2 jabronis. So blame the director, the writer, whoever else, but they made you 2 guys look like dog shit in terms of acting. I mean, hell, the 2 leads in Dumb and Dumber, When Harry Met Lloyd. That's one of the reasons I can enjoy that film, even though it has some meh humor. Those 2 I thought did a pretty decent job trying to be Harry and Lloyd, a younger version. Those 2 actors I thought actually worked well together. Yes, I know, I said that with Dumb and Dumber, the prequel. That was another prequel. See, that's when I compare the two. That one, I get more fun out of it's chocolate, but then Bob Saget's like, there's shit everywhere. There's shit on the floor. But it's chocolate because it's a chocolate bar. That was sadly more clever than anything in this movie. And Dumb and Dumber is not like a great 5-star movie, but it's I think it's fun for what it is. See, that's a film I could watch compared to this bullshit. So, fuck Dukes of Hazzard at the beginning. You should have ended before you began, movie. Should not have been made in the first place. So, with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.